Welcome back to our YouTube channel. And today we're going to do a short version of the vinyasa flow. Hi all, welcome to today's vinyasa flow. We're going to do a short version of a full body vinyasa flow. So I hope you enjoy. And we're going to get started in Sukhasana, easy seated pose, whenever you're ready. We have a special guest today. And whenever you land in your seated pose, just begin to take breaths and observe your breath as you begin to let yourself ground and land in this space. The next round, we're going to gently take a deeper inhale, and in the exhale, sigh everything out through the mouth. 2 more rounds just like that. Inhale deeply, feeling the lungs fill up fully, and release everything through the mouth. Last one. Continue with these deep inhales. And this time, closing your mouth, exhale everything out through the nose. Beginning to come in contact with your Ujjayi breath. Feeling the ocean wave sound of the breath. Bringing both hands in front of your heart, either keeping your eyes closed or open, bowing down gently towards your hands. Taking a second or so to set an intention for today's class. Feel free to set any intention that feels right for you today, or maybe for this week. Something you want to use to anchor you throughout the class. And gently blinking your eyes open, arms next to your hips, lengthening the right leg out to the side. Bringing the left foot inside of the right thigh. And you're going to place the left hand next to the left hip as you reach the right arm towards the left, lengthening the whole right side of the body. Making sure that the right sits bone remains grounded. And now coming back through center, placing the right hand along the right leg, maybe it's in the shin, maybe reaching for the thumb as you lengthen the left side of the body. And maybe you can grab your foot with the left hand, only making sure that the heart is opening up towards the ceiling. If you have to round the back, then lift a little. And come back through center, placing the left hand behind the left hip, reaching the right arm in front and back as you push the hips forward, opening the whole front of the body, lifting the heart up towards the ceiling. And come back through center, shifting the torso over towards the right leg as you fold over the right leg. The heart is leading you forward, making sure that you're not rounding the upper back. And come back up through center. Other side, bending the right leg, lengthening the left leg. Placing the right hand next to the right hip, reaching the left arm over towards the right. Again, making sure both sits bones are grounded, keeping the breath deep and even. And reach the left arm towards the left leg, opening the chest up towards the ceiling. Lengthening the right side of the body. And back through center, placing the right hand behind you, reaching the left arm in front and back as you push the hips forward, opening the whole front of the body. Heart lifts And back through center, grounding both sits bones, rotating the torso over towards the left leg as you fold over the left leg. Reaching the heart towards the foot to make sure you're lengthening through the crown of the head. And lift all the way back up. Placing both hands under your shoulders, coming into a tabletop position. Knees hip width apart. Inhale, a couple of rounds of cat-cows and any gentle movement to warm up the spine. Trying to match your breath with movement. Making mindful, connected movements. And feel free to keep between these two poses, or if you want to go ahead, we're going to start doing circles around our knees with our hips. And you can stay wherever it feels a little tighter and want to release a little more, or you can keep it dynamic. Big circles around the knees. And other side, other direction. Last one, and we'll meet in a neutral tabletop position. Lengthening the right leg back, placing all toes onto the mat, keeping the hips squared, the shoulders squared, and lengthen the left arm forward. From here, lift the right leg, keeping the low belly lifted, hips squared. Inhale, and on the exhale, take the elbow towards the knee as you round the back crunch and lengthen. 3 more. At your own pace, follow the rhythm of your breath. Last one. And we'll meet in a lengthened position, arm lengthened forward, leg lengthened back, bending the back leg, reaching for the back foot with the left hand. Pressing the foot against the hand, opening the shoulder. And carefully lengthening the left leg back, placing the left hand down, taking the right leg out to the side, gate pose. So I'll move this way so you guys can see. So the foot is aligned with the knee. Lifting the torso, walking the right hand along the right leg. Lengthening the left side of the body. And back through center, tabletop position. Other side. Lengthening the left leg back, pressing the toes against the mat. Keeping the hips squared, lengthen the right arm forward. Belly button scooping in and up, low belly lifting, lift the back leg, the left leg. On the next exhale, crunch, taking the elbow towards the knee as you round the back, lifting the belly button, and lengthen. 3 more. Pressing the hand against the mat to make sure you're not collapsing in your shoulder. Last one. And we'll meet with both leg and arm extended. Place, bending the back leg, reaching the back foot for the back foot with the right hand. Sorry. And as you push the foot against the hand, lift the heart. With control, letting go of the foot, placing the right hand back down, lengthening the left leg out to the side, gate pose. The foot is aligned with the knee, lifting the torso, walking the left hand along the left leg, lengthening the right side of the body, and back through center, tabletop position. Placing all toes onto the mat, shifting the hips up, downward facing dog. Taking a second or so to land in our down dog, bending the knees as much as you need to find a long spine. Sits bones are reaching up. And from there you can Bend one knee, bend the other. And in the next exhale, step one foot towards the front of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Bending the knees as much as you need. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Coming all the way up to standing. Hands in front of the heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, active, strong back forward fold, reaching the hands down towards the mat. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Look forward. Exhale, plant both hands next to the feet. Step the left foot back. Placing the back knee down, coming into a low lunge, keeping the right knee over the ankle, not in front or behind. And reach both arms up. Belly button scooping in and up so we're not crunching the low back. And interlacing both hands behind us, opening the heart, lifting the chest. Placing both hands back next to the foot, lengthening the right foot, half splits. Pressing through the heel if it's available. Lifting the toes, heart reaches forward. And bend the front leg, walking the feet forward. Walking the right foot outside of the right hand, preparing for lizard. Letting the hips drop, but both hip bones are facing down. And maybe you'll stay on your hands, or maybe you'll be able to come onto your forearms. Playing around with either keeping the whole foot grounded, or the foot lifting, the hip opening. In whatever version you choose, be mindful that the knee is always in the same direction as the middle toe. One more breath. And if you're on your forearms, coming onto your hands, grounding the foot if the foot was lifted, and reaching the right arm forward and back, opening the heart towards the ceiling. And placing the hand back down, placing the back toes, lifting the back knee, keeping the foot grounded, walking both hands towards the left corner of the mat. Reaching the right hand a little further. And walking the hands back, wiggling the foot between both hands, and stepping back into downward facing dog. Reaching the left foot up towards the ceiling, opening the hip, bending the knee, reaching the left heel towards the left glute. Releasing that frontal hip. And gently coming back through center, squaring off the hips, bringing the left knee into the nose, placing the foot between your hands. Lowering the back knee down the back of the foot, lifting the torso up, low lunge, belly button in and up, feeling as the tailbone lengthens down and the crown of the head lifts. Inhale, and place the hands back down, placing the back toes, lifting the back knee, and this time you're going to step the back foot outside of the left foot, so the outer edges of the feet come together. And the legs are crossed. Bending the knees as much as you need. Walking both hands towards the left corner of the mat. Once again, releasing that IT band. Bending the knees as much as you need. And walk the hands back through center. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. And come all the way up to standing. Hands in front of the heart. Inhale, arms up, keeping the legs crossed, grabbing the right wrist with the left hand, reaching towards the left side. And release, unravel the legs, Tadasana. Other side, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. On the exhale, step back the right foot. Placing the back knee down the back of the foot, keeping the left knee over the ankle, and lift the torso up. Making sure both hip bones are facing forward. Heart is lifted. And interlacing your hands behind you, rolling your shoulders back, broadening your collarbones, lift the heart up. And release the hands, placing both hands next to the front foot. Lengthen the left leg, half splits. The hips are squared, so the right hip is over the right knee. And you're pushing through the left heel. Heart reaches forward. And bending the left leg, walking the hand forward. Wiggling the foot outside of the left hand, preparing for lizard pose. Letting both hip bones look down as you either stay here on your hands or lower onto your forearms. Again, maybe lifting the foot, maybe placing it pressed, but the knee is always in the same direction as the middle toe. And the heart lengthens. We're not rounding the back and crunching down. If you're on your forearms, gently come back onto your hands. If your foot is lifted, press the foot down. Left arm comes forward and back as you open the heart, reaching the heart up. And back through center, planting the hand back down inside of the left foot, placing the back toes, lifting the back knee, walking both hands towards the right corner of the mat. Making sure the hips remain squared and centered. Reaching the left hand a little further. And coming back through center. Wiggling the foot between both hands. Stepping back into downward facing dog. This time reaching the right foot up. Opening the hip, bending the knee. Taking the right heel towards the right glute. Releasing the front of the right hip. Both sides of the torso are facing down. Gently lengthen the right leg once again, closing off the hips, bringing the right knee into the nose, planting the foot between both hands. Lowering the back knee, the back of the foot, lift, low lunge. Lengthening through the crown of the head and lower the hands down. Placing the back toes, lifting the back knee, stepping the left foot outside of the right foot. Edges of the feet are together. Both knees bent enough so you can at least reach the tips of the fingers onto the mat. And walk both hands towards the right corner of the mat. And coming back through center. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Reach the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. And come all the way up to standing, keeping the legs crossed. Arms reach up and hands in front of the heart. Inhale, arms up once again. This time grabbing the left wrist with the right hand, reaching the left wrist over towards the right. And release, unraveling the legs. Inhale, arms up. On the exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. On the exhale, plant both hands next to the feet. Step or hop back into plank or directly into chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. With control, reaching the right knee into the nose, stepping the foot between your hands. If it doesn't reach in one step, you can assist it with your hand. Reaching the right arm up, twisting open towards the right as you press the left hand down. Maybe looking up. As you press your feet down to ground, lift the torso, keeping the twist. Reaching the right arm back along the back leg, left arm next to the ear. And crescent lunge, reaching the right arm up. Bending the back leg a little, making sure both hip bones are facing forward. Crescent lunge, placing the back heel down, warrior one. Both hip bones are facing forward. Interlacing your hands behind you, opening the heart. Humble warrior, letting the torso hang inside of the right leg, arms overhead. Releasing the whole torso inside of the right leg. Releasing the hands, placing both hands back onto the mat. Lifting the back heel. Reaching the right arm up. We're going to come into a variation of side plank. So the front foot is going to come in front of the hip. So it will look like this. You're onto the edge of the back foot and the whole front foot is planted. From here, you're going to reach your arm overhead. On the exhale, lower the hips down, reaching the arm towards the back foot. 2 more just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. And inhale, reach up. From here, place the hand back down, step the right foot back. Plank pose. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lifting the left foot. Bringing the left knee into the nose. With as much control as possible, place a foot between your hands. Keeping the right hand grounded, lift the left arm up. Twisting open towards the left. Left hip reaches back. It's windy today. And now with control, pressing the feet down, lift the torso, keeping the twist. Walking the left hand along the right leg, reaching the right arm back. And back through crescent, reaching both arms up. Both hip bones are facing forward, maybe bending the back knee a little. And ground the back heel down for warrior one. Both hip bones are trying to face forward. The heart is facing forward. Interlacing both hands behind you, opening the heart. And releasing inside of the left leg, humble warrior. Letting the hands, arms hang overhead. You might not lift much, that's fine. And release both hands onto the mat, popping the back heel up, reaching the left arm up towards the ceiling. Coming into the variation of side plank, bringing the left foot in front of the left hip, reaching the hips up, reaching the left arm next to your ear. Inhale. And on the exhale, lower the hips down, reaching the left hand towards the right foot. And back up. 2 more. Follow the rhythm of your breath. And on the last one, reaching the left arm up and forward. Placing the left hand back down. Step back plank pose. Lower halfway chaturanga. Don't let your hips sink. Upward facing dog, strong legs, knees lift. Downward facing dog. Placing both knees back onto the mat. Coming into a kneeling position. We're going to come into camel pose. We're going to do it twice. For many, this can feel very deeply, so feel free to stay at any point of the pose that feels right for you. Placing your hands in your low back. Reaching the heart up. Begin to press your hips forward, opening the heart, elbows as if they wanted to touch. Feel free to stay here. This is already doing all the work of full camel. Maybe your toes are on the mat, the heels lifted. And slowly begin to walk your hands along the legs, looking for both heels at the same time. Hips come over your knees and heart lifts up towards the ceiling. Inhale and gently come up in the same way you came down. One more time. Feel free to stay wherever it feels right. I'm going to place the back of my feet down to go a little deeper. Hands in the low back, pushing the hips forward, and gently begin to lower your hands down. Heart lifts, collarbones broaden. And in the same way you came up, came down, gently come up. Pressing your sits bones towards your heels, coming into a child's pose. Feel free to stay here as long as you want, to neutralize and to ground after everything we did. If you want to try the full class, feel free to do the full 60-minute class on my YouTube channel. I hope you enjoy, and thank you for joining. Namaste.